Good evening. It's the second day of the rail strike, and if you rely on the trains to get to work, the chances are you've figured out a solution now. But what if you're a business that counts on tourists who use trains, or a student heading off to sit exams? Then there's sporting fixtures. The test match at Headingley got underway today. We'll be live there in a few minutes' time. But first, here's our business correspondent, Spencer Stokes.
Newspapers untouched, tickets unsold. A chalkboard that could have been wiped clean if negotiations had succeeded. The two sides in this dispute are still at loggerheads, and Hebden Bridge station is in a strike-induced slumber. There are no trains through the Calder Valley. That means fewer visitors and frustration at the oldest cafe in the town.
Where are all the people? They'd be flooding in here for morning coffees and going in for early lunches and things like that. We're starting later in the morning and we're closing earlier in the evening. And the reason for that is that I can't pay the staff. If the money isn't coming in, I can't pay them. And they're not on railway wages.
So you're not particularly sympathetic to the rail workers then?
I'm not, no, I'm not. They're being extremely selfish and they don't care about the rest of us.
That's denied by the RMT, whose members are on strike in a dispute with rail firms over pay, job cuts and reform of the industry.
Well, we obviously sympathise with the people that travel plans are getting disrupted. Our members haven't took this decision lightly to take industrial action. Health and safety is really important on the railway, and Network Rail are proposing 2,500 job cuts, which is going to make the railway unsafe. That's what we're doing. We're trying to keep this railway safe for the travelling public, and I think the public are behind us.
But patience is wearing thin, especially in parts of the region where the Arriva bus strike is now in its 18th day. Students travel to Elliott Hudson College in Leeds on trains and buses, but face challenges when neither are running. Minibuses have been laid on to help transport pupils, and some funds set aside for taxi fares. Over 1,000 sixth formers facing the anxieties of exam season.
I'm having to take taxis, which cost me about £40 a day. So up to now it's cost me £600 in the last 3 weeks. It's really affected me financially.
The bus strike, well, it's almost made me late for two of my really important exams, and then having to go in stressed and everything, it puts you off. You can't really focus well in the exam.
It's definitely affected me. We also had exams, and that's when the strike hit, and I had to get there either way, and I've had loads of friends that missed that exam because of the bus strikes. They couldn't get here at all.
Elsewhere, rail users have switched to buses. Some routes, like the coastliner from Leeds to Scarborough, saw a 25% increase in passenger numbers on Tuesday. That's expected to be repeated today and at the weekend.
It's been a great week for weather, and it's great that people have still felt they wanted to get out and about even without the trains running. So the key objective is how do we keep people on public transport and not just added to congestion and carbon emissions, driving and clogging up our town city centres and our busy A roads.
The hustle and bustle of passengers will return to the network tomorrow before another shutdown on Saturday, if further talks fail. And it might not be the last time this summer that the chalkboard updates passengers on strike-related stoppages. Spencer Stokes, BBC Look North, Hebden Bridge.